welcome. We'll be putting up some pictures here. It is the season of new equipment. You're going to get bombarded with new equipment for the next probably 4 months. Callaway, they've already got some stuff out, but today we are talking about TaylorMade. We've already talked about the driver, stealth. TaylorMade going full stealth with stealth irons. What is there, a UFO landing? Well, stealth irons, here's the pictures. TaylorMade, as usual, like to brand stuff as like a big package, don't they? So that you can have that appeal, the bag appeal, shelf appeal. I think there was even a movie called Stealth, right? I can't remember who was in it, but if I remember mind right, it was like about a stealth bomber, and I'm sure Steven Seagal was in it. I could be wrong. Maybe Kurt Russell was in it. You tell me, I don't know, but I can't remember it being that great a film. That's not to say that the stealth driver's going to absolutely, looks very promising. Already been bombarded by about 50 to 60 online YouTube reviews from the likes of Rick Shields, James Robinson, I've lost track how many. I've just gone like that. It's like that swipe left thing. Well, nah. I mean, you've seen one guy hit a driver. You really need to hit something yourself to find out. Anyway, the irons, like we were talking about with the faces, TaylorMade haven't gone carbon, but what they have done is gone so thin on the face that they actually need to reinforce round the face, as you'll see by the pictures, with a compound which structurally strengthens the edges of the face, right? So if this is the face of the iron, they've gone so thin, the metal is just like flexing out of almost control. Well, it would if it didn't have what they are terming as a composite material, which goes right round the edge of the face. And if you remember, TaylorMade drivers had like a face of a driver with a conical sphere in the middle. Well, they've basically done that, but not with metal, because to keep the weight down, they've then started using compound. Now this again strengthens the sweet spot area of the iron, but then means there's a gap round the actual sweet spot area, right? So say you make the sweet spot the size of, if I've got anything here to show you, well, say it was like a 10p piece for us here, or like a dime, a 5 cent or whatever in America, right? So you've got the sweet spot area, which is structurally strong, but the outer edge is so thin, it's wafer thin. They've gone like ridiculously thin, and this is the point I want to make. Spring effect off the face. At the moment, R&A, USGA, they haven't really got a limit on irons or lofts of over 15.5 degrees. So you can effectively have an exceptionally high core, like way above 0.83, and it's still legal. What does this mean? Well, your ball's going to come off that club face so fast it's probably going to be uncontrollable. But the thing is, TaylorMade will have researched this. Also, the other worry for this is if the face is so thin and it's so extremely flexible and bing, that's fine if you're hitting it out the middle. But if you start hitting it out like not the middle and it's hitting it into the flexy part of the face, I'm sure TaylorMade, disclaimer, I am sure TaylorMade have tested all this to destruction, right? Because if you start hitting it all over the face in these weaker areas which flex more, metal fatigue over a period of time, 1,000 balls, 2,000 balls, 3,000 balls, you get the idea. What's going to happen to the face? Older TaylorMade irons have cracked, and they weren't even that thin, right? And also the speed feel pocket things that were cut into the faces, they started pinging out. They had to TaylorMade had umpteen people returning irons, and to TaylorMade's credit, they replaced every set and gave them new clubs. But everybody I know who had that happen to them, a week after getting their replacement set back, sold them because their faith in them had they couldn't trust it. They didn't want it to happen again because they were unsure if the warranty would cover them twice. That was maybe 3 people that I know that had those irons and did that, and after that just sold them. They were great irons, but when you're pushing the limits of technology to this thinness, how many balls do you think TaylorMade used in their setup and testing to the product destruction? Comment below. Right, driver, first of all, how many balls did you think they made that driver hit before it destructed itself, i.e. face collapsed? Same with the irons. They will have done it, but let's just comment below. How many balls do you think they actually went through to find that out? Because when you're designing anything, you've got to find its destruction point as well as its what figures it's given, because you want to know what's going to last as a product. So what do you think about these irons? I mean, the technology in them is, they look a bit chunky, I'll tell you that. That's chunky monkey. I mean, to me, that's like, it's not exactly a forged iron. Again, because it's this composite ring, they're trying to give a forged feel, but really, in reality, right, to get true forging and true forged feel, you need a blade. The real trick of this would have been if they'd have made them like this, but in a blade shape, which is probably doable. But I don't know why they've gone down the chunky monkey road again. Probably because it just sells more irons. So that's been the stealth iron update. And the UFO did land outside. I'm away to speak to the aliens right now. Thanks for watching. Remember, the channel is all for charity. Macmillan Cancer, Help the Heroes and Shelter UK. We come in peace.